And welcome. This is the Skeinz Diaries. I am Marie. It is Thursday, the 9th of November, episode 291. Sorry, I'm late. My sister-in-law rang. So I'm on the phone to my sister-in-law with dealing with things back at the old homestead. And I was like, I've got to go now. So thank you very much, everybody, for waiting. I'm cold. It suddenly got look. I had to pull this off the shelf. I am suddenly so cold, and I just said to the girls, I said, "Is anyone else cold? I'm cold." So I literally just grabbed this because I was freezing, and it was good because we were dismantling the display from the half price sock competition. So, oh my gosh, did you guys love that or what? Man, did you guys love that? Heather and Claire are doing the double tag team out the back to get all those orders out. Just incredible. So, of course, that was the last 3 days. And then Southlander went on this morning, but we'll get onto that in a second. But yes, Margaret, you're cold too. Okay, so it's not just me. Would you believe, don't fall over people, I lit the fire yesterday. I know, it was only 12 degrees here for the longest time. It was frigid. I was like, "What's going on? It's late spring." Yeah, it didn't sort of warm up until later in the day, and then this morning I came to work again this morning, and it was, sort of cool. Oh, it's cold in Masterton as well, Patricia. Good. I'm glad it is not just me, because I was thinking, am I having old lady cold hand moment? Because I checked the weather forecast before I got dressed this morning, and obviously, I miscalculated. Anyway, it's all right because it's good knitting weather, so that's always a good thing, is it not? So that is a very good thing. I've not done any knitting, and it's heartbreaking. I did actually frog something over the last couple of days. I frogged. I can't remember whether I brought it in to show you. When I was in Gisborne we'd have to do the flood stuff, and when was that? Late February, late February, a couple of weeks after Gabrielle, and I got that flight up to take the packs up and stuff. And I just threw in some stuff to play around with, and I had that fancy yarn from, oh gosh, we had it at the old shop, so it's a million years old, and some other stuff. And I played around with some super big needles and was thinking that I might do something funky dunky with it. Yeah, lost the love. So I was doing a bit of a cleanup yesterday and day before, found the some stuff down where I have my. Does anyone else have that little secret treasure trove by their chair? You know, where you've got your little table where you put your cup of tea, and you've got and knitting stuff accumulates there. Yeah, that's me. I've got one of those. And I had to do a bit of a cleanup because that little thing for me is my chair here, couch. The dog was on the couch and decided that he wouldn't get off the couch in the usual fashion, that he would go up and over the back of the couch to get off. Now, if he were a nimble fox terrier, that would be fine. But he's not a nimble fox terrier. He's a 105 kilo English Mastiff. Over he went, nearly took the couch with him, sent my knitting little side table with my knitting stuff on it flying, broke a container that I had all my notions and stuff in. That was ceramic. That smashed to a million pieces on my concrete dining room floor, which is immediately behind it. Oh, what a state, I tell you. So anyway, I had to tidy that up and found a project bag tucked under other things, and it was this yarn. So I did a froggy, and repurposed it because that fancy yarn, I took one look at it and I thought, well, actually, now that I've got the ratio done up, it's a perfect yarn as a texture point for a ratio poncho. And I think I should have enough to do some fun stripes, solid colour, and then collar in the yarn because it's this beautiful Italian sort of fancy thing in autumnal colours. So sometimes you have to do that, don't you? You just have to look at something and go, you know what? No, you need to be repurposed, my friend. That is your purpose in life. So that's what I did. And of course, I finally did remember to bring this in. I have literally only knit about 2 or 3 rows of this, but this I bought when I was in Gisborne from the lovely Fiona at More Than Fabric in Ballant Street there. If you ever go to Gisborne, you'll know the Ballant Street Village. That's where she is. And that, yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So gorgeous. So this is, of course, from the lovely Sue Goodley. Ooh, which I need to check in on actually, because Mahir, she's in Mahir, and Mahir got pummeled 2 nights ago. Road was closed yesterday, but I understand it's back open today. But yes, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So that's all I've got on the needles at the minute. That and my scrappy crochet blanket. So that has of course led to, do I do a sneaky project before I have my holiday project, which I've got all ready to go? And the answer to that is I've decided yes. Now, before I get into that, and I show you with that, a few little housekeeping things. Claire thinks that there could be a slight delay on getting some orders out, but she thinks that they're all good. Her and Heather have been going for it for days. So that's all good there. If you are coming to the Bay this weekend for Robbie Williams, because Robbie Williams is playing 2 concerts here, Saturday and Sunday, at the Mission Estate, which is fantastic. And it's all a buzz, all a Robbie buzz. We will be open. So we'll be open our regular hours. So if you're here Saturday, we're open 10 to 1, and then we're back open Monday, closed Sunday. So do feel free to come in and visit. And of course, the Southlander is on sale that whole time. So if you want to come in, it's core range Southlander. So when I say core, and I've gone and grabbed one that doesn't have that label. It's core range Southlander, which is either this old label here or our new sheep label, the one with the sheeps on it. The sheeps is. That is the one that's on sale, $5.95 a ball. I know I did. Yeah, I have still got my tag attached. There is a reason for that, Delene, because I was just saying before you got here, I was cold. I literally grabbed this off the display table when Veronica was putting it away, and I walked out into the shop and I said, "I'm cold. Am I the only person that's cold?" And the lovely Nola was in here and she said, "Hello, I'm Nola," and I was like, "I know, I'm cold. I'm freezing. It's crazy." Anywho, Robbie, yes. So come visit. Come visit. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's going to come visit because she's coming to Robbie. Yay. Hopefully the road's open, Kathy. I think it is open from this morning. Yeah, so we had it was a bit of a wet. And the wet hit Mahir and Wairau again. And they've only just got their feet dry in Wairau and now they're wet again, which is just heartbreaking for them. So I'm rambling, back to could I fit another project in between? So the answer to that is I've decided yes. I did look at, and you'll appreciate this, Kathy. My husband saw the photograph of Sir's Catharsis sweater, and of course it's exceptionally modelled, as we well know, Ethan from Get Flocked. So Phil says to me, "Oh, gosh, Ethan looks good in that. Do you think you could knit that for me?" I've decided no, because he only gets one every 2 years, and he got one last year. So this is my year off. He can have it next year. So I mentioned this on Monday, and I think I'm going to go here. I've decided the field cardigan from Camilla Vlad. So I've just bought this. There was the sweater and the cardigan. I didn't realise the cardigan was out because I'm more of a cardigan kind of gal, and I need more of a cardigan. And I'm thinking this is me. It's so pretty. And I have seen the number of you, there's a number of these cropping up on the speakeasy, and it just looks so good. So then the next $6 million question is what to do. And it is knitted to a nice DK tension, bless its heart. Where are we? 20 stitch tension. So good. So any DK is going to work for this. If you're wanting to do this in Southlander DK all day freaking long, I think it would be amazing. If you want, but I'm just looking at it. I have to admit, I have become a little bit fond of doing a little bit of fluff. So, Kathy saying, yay, cabling on every row, front and back, and Catharsis is stunning though. Yeah, see, I love him, Kathy, but I don't know whether I love him that much. That's a lot of cabling. And of course, he sees it and sees how incredibly stunning and striking it is. And he's thinking, oh, that looks quite simple. And I was like, yeah, I know, there's double cabling on both sides. And yeah, no. That was no. Anyway, Oh, Louise is saying, I love the slip over vest she's making with the it's got that wheat texture at the bottom. Yeah, well, I just love it. That sort of wheat, what does she call it? Grains, I think she calls it in here. But yeah, that wheat. Isn't it so good? So I'm rambling. I know. So I've been in this two minds of what to do, and I'm liking a bit of fluff. I'm liking a bit of fluff. I did the fluff, as you know, with shoji. And then, of course, in my ratio, I added, I had some of that left over, literally a part ball of Cozy and a part ball of Whisper Fine. So I thought, oh, I'll throw that in that ratio poncho. And I did. I pretty much used up most of it. So that was good. I was happy about that. So, and I like it. I love the fabric that it makes between those two yarns. So then I kind of thought, well, that would work for a cardigan because I've got it in the shoji's fabulous, but it's, I mean, if you've ever seen it, it's huge. I mean, it is it's a jacket really, whereas this is going to be something that I would probably, you know, do. So I have been playing around with sort of thoughts with colors, and I have to admit, well, so there's two things. If you're wanting to do Southlander, we've got, this is the silver. Unfortunately, we've got no oatmeal in stock at the moment, but we've got oodles of silver. And silver and smoke and Whisper Fine are just peas and carrots. They are a really happy match. That would work beautifully. But I'm feeling sort of the warm vibe because I've got lots of stuff in these cooler ranges. As you know, I've done a lot of charcoal stuff in Southlander. I've done, I've got other sort of cooler projects, and I thought, I want something warmer tones. And that then brings me to cream rose. So I did, because, pearl, we called it in this one, didn't we? It's cream rose and pearl luster. So then it's like, well, do I do pearl luster and Whisper Fine? But I thought, no, those grains and every one I've seen so far, they've got, you need something with a little bit of a to it to make those grains pop. I think the Whisper Fine with the pearl luster would just be too, just won't have enough grip and give to really pop. So I love this color. I really, really do love this color, this pearl color. And so I've got the pearl, but see, then I put it with the champagne, and it doesn't really show it there. It looks actually quite a bit lighter, but in real life, they actually work quite well together. So I put the pearl with the champagne from Cozy, but the other one I'm also considering as well is the Mahana, and that's the sandstone, which is slightly deeper. I'm actually erring this way. And the reason I'm erring this way is because I know the fabric I'm going to get with these two because I've already done it before with shoji. And it's just so incredible because, you know, this Cozy is just such amazing value, as too is this. And it's already great value, but then you add it, the little extra fluff here, and what you get is really something truly quite special. So that's where I'm at now today. So I've purchased the pattern this morning. I'm going to take a ball of each of these home tonight, and I'm going to get swatching. I'm going to get swatching and see how it looks. And then if I'm happy, you know, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. We might get that cast on, and I'll see if I can get that sort of finished up before we head away for holiday proper, and then I'll take the herbalist away with me because that's the plan. Barbara's saying she's a big shaped basket that sits near her lazy boy, holds several big projects. This week it was also hiding her shih tzu, who buried under the project bags. Oh, to escape the fireworks, bless. I've been very fortunate. My three animals just couldn't give a rat's about the fireworks. They just were like, oh, okay, you know, we don't really care. I've always been very lucky like that. Yeah, I've got a big basket in between two. So I did that. So that's where I'm at. So that's the plans for the project. Right. So Southlander. I mean, we couldn't do Naturals November without having Southlander, right? We just couldn't do it. So it is, as I said, core range only. So that's Southlander Sport, Southlander DK, Southlander Bulky, and our standard Southlander range, not Truly Myrtle, just ours. So that is $5.95, third off. Such a good deal. And look, I don't have to. I've got more projects in Southlander, I think, than anything else. I love it. It is just such a workhorse yarn. It does everything that you ever ask it of. It just works. I did pull out just some of our projects. Oopsie, I went to go and put this one on. It doesn't, because this is fits clear, not me. This one here gets so much love in the shop. And this is the Portage cardigan. It should be, yep, Portage, by Melissa Schwashwery. And that is using Southlander DK. That's in the goldenrod. So we got that knitted up when goldenrod was launched. And look at that texture at the back. Oh, and actually imagine this. I mean, that goldenrod, and the only reason I haven't selected this is, as you know, I've got heaps in this colour. But this goldenrod, imagine the goldenrod, just this on its own, in that. Oh, woof. Wouldn't that be gorge? Absolutely gorge. That's so that's Portage. So that's we get a lot of comments with that in store. And the other two I grabbed, I think they're all DK projects actually. Did I grab all DK projects? Yeah, I did. And the nice thing about that actually is we're fully stocked on DK. All our DKs in stock. So we're out of stock on oatmeal and sport, and bulky, and I think dusky blue bulky is out as well. And we've only got a little bit of bracken left in bulky. And it's because the bracken, the oatmeal, is sitting down at the scar. We've been waiting for it to be scarred since Gabrielle. Well, we had the fibre, but we lost the fibre. It was at the scars at Awatoto until it went literally floating bales. Gabby, she's not a popular girl in these parts. So anywho, that's why there's been a delay on those colours, because we've got to wait for the scar down in Timaru to do it, to get it back. Anywho, we do have all, fortunately, the DK had all just come in, so we do have tons of DK. This bad boy here, this is Phoenix. You'll probably recognise this, Phoenix from Truly Myrtle. We wanted to, this honestly is such a doer. This is in the silver and the misty rose. The Southlander DK is so perfect for this yarn, and I didn't grab the Weekender because I've got the Weekender by Angela Mowry over there as well, but it's an oatmeal, so I didn't want you guys to go, oh. But the Weekender also has, I think, a cardigan version now. It's such a great pattern that's perfect in Southlander DK, and the other pattern that's perfect in Southlander DK is the flax cardigan and the flax sweater from Tin Can Nuts, because it's a heavier, it's a DK with it's got a little bit of grunt to it, and so it can actually go up into these sort of more sort of Arony worsted-y weights quite effortlessly, and most people can comfortably knit a 18 to 20 stitch tension in Southlander, and because of the vigorousness of the fibre, it deals to it, and you don't get issues with the pulling or the stretching or the pilling like you would with a fibre that was much, much finer. That's the beauty of having that sort of crossbred fibre. So Phoenix is brilliant. I know so many people have done Phoenixes in Southlander and they love them. This is the other one that I just grabbed, just a nice little stripy number that's done in silver and Loganberry. And this one is Woolen Berries from Hohi Locatelli. This is another great one that works absolutely brilliantly. As you can see, dropped shoulder, lovely wee stripes, simple, easy wear design. So this Woolen Berries from her is brilliant. And the other design that she's got as well is called, I think it's called the bulky one or the easy bulky one, which is just a absolute basic drop-shouldered simple sweater in bulky weight yarn, and I again have seen this knitted up in Southlander 12 ply, Southlander bulky. Looks freaking amazing, knits up like that super fast. That's another great option. And of course the chikers. I mean, I'm down to 2 chikers. I do want to knit more, but I'm holding back. And of course, that I've may have been known to knit a love note in a DK. Southlander DK is one of the few DKs that will work in love note. My advice, though, is drop your needle size back to 5mm. So if you've got love note and you've been want to do the love note, ignore Ethan, want to do the love note, ignore Ethan, and you want to do it just in plain DK, no fluff to be seen, That is my advice. Drop your needle size from the 6 millimeter for the larger needle back to the 5 millimeter, and the amount of ease in that is so great. For me, I didn't even bother changing sizes. I just knit the size that I usually knit and then keep going. So that's certainly something that I would, I did that. I use actually the Highlander Heathers DK, but it's exactly the same fiber, it's same fiber, same count. So Southlander DK, you'd be great. The Solomon poncho, the incredible Solomon poncho, which is that beautiful cabled poncho that we've also got done in the Highlander Heathers, that would translate beautifully also in Southlander DK, and I think it would look amazing in that silver, which is what I think Cheryl did her original sample in, was Southlander silver. Or Patricia saying it works really well with ranunculus too. Yes, you're right, Patricia, because Heather, who works here, did her ranunculus in the gypsy green in the Southlander, and it looks amazing. And isn't that amazing with that pattern? You know, we've got a ranunculus, I'm looking at it right now because it's sitting right over there, that's done in pearl luster and that 3-ply, and then we've also got, you know, Heather's knitted a ranunculus in Southlander, and they look amazing. Same pattern, just shows you how incredible, you know, and versatile it is. So my challenge for you guys really is you don't have to run out and buy. I mean, I bought this, but I have to admit that whole grain wheat feature I've fallen in love with. I just think it's so freaking clever. I just had to buy that because I just thought it was amazing. But you don't have to go out and buy a pattern. That's the thing I love. I have to admit, I love repurposing designs that I've already got in the library, and how do I trick it up with different yarns? How do I do something different with it? What will it look like in this yarn? Can I double strand it and create a different texture? I love that. And as you know, I'm such a repeat offender, having knit some designs so many times, Miss Jane, that but no two of my Miss Janes look alike, anywhere near alike. They've all got different sleeve lengths and body lengths and fabrics, and I change up the little lace panel in the middle when you do the change of direction. Oh gosh, I do everything. There's so many things you can do. And don't be afraid to do that, because ultimately it's a template. And, you know, you can do anything with that template. And if you're a wardrobe toolboxer, that's the beautiful thing. Well, if you're in wardrobe toolbox, you learn how you can change all of those things around and do some really fun, funky, cheeky deeky things. See, another one I've got on the repeat offenders list is I want to do another oatmeal. And I very nearly considered doing that this time round. But I thought, no, I don't need another sweater. I really do need a cardigan. So that's why I have gone with the field cardigan. It was a toss up between the field cardigan and the weekender. But I do that grain. Oh, I just love that grain detail. Now I say that now, the wheat grains. Anna's saying, won't the wheat grains be lost with the fluff added? I'm going to say no to that, Anna. And the reason I say no to that is because that's what she's actually done. She's done it with double stranded with a little bit of fluff on the sample photographed. And I actually looked at her images on Ravelry to see exactly that. And what she used to achieve that, the fluff that she's using is essentially identical to this, so close to that it won't matter. And you can still get that grain effect. I mean, it's not as crisp as if you were to use a smoother yarn, but there's still enough there that it will give that lovely effect. So that's where I'm going to go. And I have to admit, I just love the feeling of the texture of that little halo. And the halo does soften, to be fair, when you're double stranding it, particularly with something like the Southlander. And I saw that with my shoji. And shoji's just, it feels great. You know, you wouldn't believe that you had, quite a rustic yarn with it, with the cozy. It just works, really works. Yeah, and Louisa's saying she loves Southlander for colour work, especially Jennifer Steingast colour work. Oh yeah, couldn't agree more, Louise, because I did, of course, my gold wing using Southlander and Carney. and it just, because it's got that grip. And if you're doing anything that's steaked, Southlander is great because it's got that grip. You can put your steak in. I'm a crochet steak girl. I quite like that, but it just, you have no issues with it. You can put it in, you can reinforce with some crochet, and once that settles down, it doesn't move. It really doesn't move, and it just hangs in there beautifully, which is so good. Right, I'm going to get going. So many things to do. Thanks for joining me this morning, and I will be back on Monday. Monday's another day, isn't it? So make sure you get your Southlander in for the stash. Thank you for everyone that bought Sock Petition. Greatly appreciated. And hopefully, if you're here for Robbie on the weekend, come in and see us. We'd love to say hi. Until then, I'll see you Monday. Bye.